Hey guys, today we are reacting to something called 15 Worst Serial Killers of all times. So, gotta fix it. So, you gotta move that. Well, I gotta move that way. Yeah. Oh, so we can't put it down like that, I think. No. Okay. What? Oh, let me move it closer. Now it doesn't work. Okay, now I go. Now there you go. Don't put it that close. Oh, you got to. Yeah. Okay.
Killers butchering small children to the
Guys, we just had
Danger
to.
Dolan. From crazy clown killers butchering small children to the man who
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. We really have to do that.
who killed his own father and ate his heart. We can't stay to the most Danger Dolan.
Danger
From crazy
Dolan.
clown killers butchering small children to the man who killed his own father and ate his heart. We can't
Killed their own father and ate his heart.
Psychopathic murderers we've ever had the misfortune to hear about. Number 15. Jeffrey Dahmer, an American serial killer.
Dharma.
Men to
Okay.
an apartment and dismember their bodies, keeping their skulls as souvenirs. He did this a total of 17 times and was actually known to eat parts of his victims from time to time. Luckily, his final would-be victim escaped, managed to flag down a police car passing on the road, and Jeffrey was sentenced to 900
Guys, we tried to do this
years
video,
jail,
but we
was
accidentally messed
found
it up.
dead at prison in 1994. Number 14. Moses
Why are they watching?
began what was known as the ABC murders since his murder
You got a booger in his nose. A booger in his
began
nose.
what was known as the ABC murders in a town starting with A at the Ridgeville, then moved to Boxburg and into abandoned fields and overpowered
Why did it look like that?
usually involving
Without
rape
booger
and
nasty.
subsequently death. After he was
Yeah.
captured in 1995, he was sentenced
Why
to
you say like
over
that?
2,000 years with a possible
Damn.
parole in just under 1,000 years.
Under 1,000
That long. Number 13. Ted Bundy, a complete maniac who disguised himself as a charismatic, somewhat friendly kind of guy. He would often kidnap women posing as an authority figure or a disabled man to catch them off guard. But then sometimes he would get so impatient he would just boot down your door and stab you in the face while you asleep, then rape and cut off your head as a souvenir. He was captured in 1979, and 10 years later, he was sentenced to the electric chair. Number 12. Pedro Filho. This guy is intense, and he comes from a history of terrible violence that shaped the man himself.
Shank.
Pedro was even born. His
Oh, you know what
father
that
beat
is?
his
Shanking
mother
and stabbing.
caused him a head injury in the room. And then by the time Pedro turned 18 years of age, he had killed 10 people. Then he killed his father and 8 pieces of his heart before getting sent to prison, where he killed more than 70 people. Because Brazil has maximum sentencing, Pedro was released in 2007 and is still around to this day. Number 11. Dennis Nilsen. This guy was lonely, but in all the wrong ways. He lured over 15 young men and boys to his flat in London between 1978 and 1983. He killed them and slept with them in his bed because he wanted company. He would dispose of the decomposing corpses by burning them or flushing bits of them down the toilet. He was eventually caught because a plumber found
People
human
can over
flesh
here.
in the 1978 and 1983. He killed them and slept with them in his bed because he wanted company. He would dispose of the decomposing corpses by burning them or flushing bits of them down the toilet. He was eventually caught because a plumber found human flesh in the pipes, so Nilsen was arrested and jailed for life. Number 10. Daniel Carmago. This guy was a child murderer with over 50 victims, usually young virgin girls. He only confessed to killing 72 people though, but he was jailed and then he escaped from jail and went around killing even more people in Ecuador. But he was arrested in 1989 and killed in jail. He might have been motivated to murder due to his stepmother, who abused him as a child. Number 9. Joachim Kroll. This guy comes in from Germany, a man who killed and ate 13 people, including small children.
He killed and ate 13
Police
people.
got so
How you gonna eat a whole
desperate to
person?
catch him that they went knocking door to door asking if anyone had seen him before. Lucky when someone in Kroll's building...
He bald head. He only got hair. He bald head just like him.
Knocking door to door.
He said door to door.
2 people though. But he was jailed, and then he escaped from jail and went around killing even more people in Ecuador. But he was arrested in 1989 and killed in jail. It is believed he might have been motivated to murder due to his stepmother, who abused him as a child. Number 9. Joachim Kroll. This guy comes in from Germany, a man who killed and ate...
Let me stop looking
It
at
is
his
believed he might have been motivated to murder due to his stepmother, who abused him as a child. Number 9. Joachim Kroll. This guy comes in from Germany, a man who killed and ate 13 people, including small children. Police got so desperate to catch him that they went knocking door to door asking if anyone had seen him before. And they got lucky when someone in Kroll's building pointed out guts had been jamming plumbing pipes. It turned out Kroll had been slicing flesh off victims and cooking them to save on grocery bills. Thankfully, his heart exploded in jail around 1991. Number 8. Henry Lee Lucas. This guy originally came forward to say he and his accomplice Otis Toole had slaughtered thousands of people. In actuality though, police suspected him of only killing around 200, but only 4 of which were ever proven. Bizarrely, George W. Bush stepped up as governor at the time to change his death sentence to life in prison. Lucas died of natural causes at the age of 64, but we never really found out why George showed this strange generosity. Number 7. John Wayne Gacy, also known as the Killer Clown. He was originally arrested for sexually assaulting 2 teenage boys, but later released. He then enjoyed dressing up as Pogo the Clown, volunteering at parades and parties. But then we find out he killed 33 young boys, burying their bodies in his yard, the river, and near his house, while dressed as the clown. He was later arrested once again, where he confessed to his heinous crimes. Number 6. Luis Garavito. This took place in Colombia, and it's the subject of much debate, as well as an ongoing documentary. In 1999, he was arrested and convicted of killing at least 140 children, which would lead to a several hundred-year imprisonment at the least, except the Colombian justice system has a maximum penalty of 30 to 40 years. Because he was very cooperative and apologetic, his sentence was reduced to 22 years. A public outcry continuously is preventing this from taking place. Number 5. Peter Sutcliffe, also known as the Yorkshire Ripper, who went on a 5-year rampage to murder around 13 women in the late 70s. Most were prostitutes who he hit with hammers, stabbed, and then sexually assaulted just before they died. He was only caught because he happened to be driving through the red light district,
but now you
and
don't.
Police patrolman recognized his registration.
Come on, people.
Pedro Lopez.
This
He's
real,
often
people.
called the monster
I know
of
this
the
is real.
Andes, a man who murdered and raped young girls aged between 8 and 12. He was arrested in 1980
but they ain't like
and
other
later convicted
places.
of killing 110 girls, even though he confessed.
I think if those people was like an alien, like where we live, and they were like close to us, so I think they would have killed us.
$50 bail, and now his current whereabouts are unknown.
Cause they're robbers.
A bit of an old one from the 1400s. The celebrated military captain in the army of Saint Joan of Arc.
Is that a girl?
Into a life of crime.
I don't know.
He would lure young boys to his castle.
Oh, so boys, because he got a mustache.
Torture, and mutilate them in deep
Girls have
mustache.
And they have a mustache before.
And allow warm blood to wash over him.
Ow, he hit me in the ow.
Number 2.
I remember when I smacked you with your own tablet. Yeah, it's a... I was laughing because it made the sound while he was crying. Well, when it smacked, you said...
Instead of raping them, he spent 20 years free, butchering at least 50 people in the early 90s before he was arrested, then executed by a gunshot.
Did they draw that, or he actually got red eyes?
Number 1. Gary Ridgway. This man, known as the Green River Killer, murdered 71 women over the course of around 10 years. He would then pick up prostitutes and strangle them cold, then put their bodies in the Green River, hence his nickname.
Strangle.
He evaded the police for quite a while before they picked him up in 2001. That is it for this countdown.
Strangle.
who later turned to a life of crime. He would lure
I don't know how to say lure.
And slashing victims instead of raping them. He spent 20 years free, butchering at least 50 people in the early 90s before he was arrested, then executed by a gunshot at 57 years of age. Number 1. Gary Ridgway. This man, known as the Green River Killer, murdered 71 women over the course of around 10 years. He would then pick up prostitutes and strangle them and dump their bodies in the Green River, hence his nickname.
Shut up.
He eluded the police for quite
Don't
a
you
while
dare.
before they picked him up in 2001. That is it.
That was just her
He
leg.
later turned to a life of crime. He would lure.
Ow! Stop sitting on me! He's a lure.
Keep them cold, then dump their bodies in the Green River, hence his nickname. He eluded the police for quite a while before they picked him up in 2001. That is it for this countdown. Have a good one. He later turned to a life of crime. He would lure.
You said it right the first time, dude. Lure. Lure. What you supposed to say? Lure. Okay, guys, that's the end of the reaction video. Let's get to the show. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please smack that like button and subscribe. You should be the one who should be saying that because you're tablet. But it's your video.